Hi, and thank you for being here.
Thank you for inviting me.
Why did the commission say so?
Because it seems that Columbia University, University of Southern California, and other universities called in the police and had the protesters removed. And of course, as a historian of dissent and protest movements, I've studied the history of this right from the beginning, and the United States itself is a product of dissent. You had religious dissenters in the 17th century, Puritans and Quakers coming over. In the 18th century, you had political dissenters protesting against London's taxation policies. And this, of course, led to the American Revolution, which itself was an act of dissent.
What do you think about this?
Well, I think it's a good thing. I think, whether, of course, it can be enforced or not. I mean, this is up to it's an expression uh, of an attitude that the commission has, but the United States government is going to continue doing what it wants to do. It seems, though, that these protests have had some impact because President Biden just recently is withholding some weapons shipments to Israel until the Netanyahu government tones down its attacks in Gaza.
What do you think about Hamas and Iran being allegedly behind the protests?
That I have not seen or heard. I mean, I see students at my own university who are we don't have a big protest going on at Temple University, but a lot of students are very supportive of it. And they've just come up with this on their own. I don't think there's any I'm sure certainly Hamas and Iran are happy that these protests are going on, but I don't think they're behind it. There might be a few people at these protests that might be, really consider themselves very much aligned with Hamas or Iran. But I think the overwhelming majority of the protesters are American students who are very concerned about what's happening. Many of them are Jewish Americans that are protesting.
What do you think is going to happen to the protests in the American universities?
Now, the universities, some of them are probably very seriously considering doing what the students are urging about divestment. Some of them are perhaps doing it just to tone down the protests right now and hope that they go away. And of course, students going on summer break, and by the time they come back to the campus, which won't be till the end of August or early September, things might be very different then. Maybe there's a ceasefire by that time, and then the protests maybe don't continue. So the university has got its calm, it's quiet that it's looking for right now. But if the war in Gaza does not ease up, if there's no ceasefire, and if the United States is still supporting it, I think you're going to see a lot of protests come September.
All right, Professor Ian, thank you very much for this interview.
Okay, thank you for inviting me. It was a pleasure to be in Bogota for the day.